Huge shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you're interested in gaining a channel membership, then feel free to head over to my channel profile and click the join button. Also, we do have a Ninjago Discord server. It's a great way to communicate with myself and many others. For more details on that, click the very first link at the very top of the description of this video. So today then guys, following a video I made very recently covering a new series of tweets from a main writer for Ninjago going forward, and how this all relates to Harumi regardless of, well, very specific details, I figured that I needed to make a whole separate follow-up video to that entire situation, as it's just too big of a situation to talk about in just one small news video of sorts. But just to go over the situation again for those that have maybe either forgotten or just flat out do not know what happened as they either didn't watch the video or just aren't on Ninjago Twitter. But basically, a few days ago, a Ninjago writer, basically one of the main guys that's going to be behind the show moving forward, by the name of Wyatt, he said something vague, you could say, along the lines of, quote here, "Don't assume that characters will be returning," and that was in response to some fan on Twitter assuming that Harumi will be making a comeback in the next season, whilst also dropping off their own personal fan theory surrounding something. It didn't happen in those exact words, of course, I am definitely paraphrasing there, but that's about the gist of the entire situation, and that is the extremely quick rundown so that you guys get an idea of basically the context for this video. However, moving forward, this absolutely got me thinking, and it wasn't just me by any means, as I know a lot of other people out there have also been thinking about this. But, well, what if Harumi actually doesn't return? Now, of course, the tweets didn't confirm or deny that as a possibility, but it was kind of brought up indirectly there. And after seeing that and also thinking about it, it's extremely interesting to think about. As so far, we know that yes, this new series is going to be a complete fresh start of sorts. However, if for whatever reason they do not bring back older characters, in this case that specifically being Harumi, I think that will end up making things just a whole lot worse, to be honest, as it's simply awkward for such a major villain to go through this redemption arc, I could call it, just to not even show up in the very next season. Are you starting to see what I'm saying now? Again though, the tweet mentioned previously doesn't deny or confirm this particular theory as, you know, something that's definitely going to be happening. However, with that being said, it is definitely food for thought, and I for one am not a fan of this idea. Don't worry, I'm not going to go off on another typical rant on the channel about how Harumi shouldn't have been redeemed and how that was bad for her character. I've done enough of that for one YouTube channel lifetime, but since, you know, the past is the past and Harumi has already been redeemed in a way and has already turned to the good side, at least follow through with that idea and that entire concept instead of leaving her conclusion up as a huge entire mystery. That's just like throwing salt in the wound in this case, in my opinion, and it just isn't a good decision whatsoever. I'm just not a fan of that idea at all. I think that since they've already set up this entire redemption for Harumi, despite my own personal thoughts on this and a lot of other people's thoughts of this just being straight up bad and not the right move, I think that since it's already been set up and it's too late to really go back on that, at least have her return. And assuming that this new storyline and this new season is going to be a continuation of the current one, I think that it's just flat out so awkward to have older characters, especially like Harumi, just not return. Unless this is like some form of entirely new reboot, I just don't see why that would ever be the case. I find it to be extremely awkward, honestly. But I guess we're going to find out more as the months go by and we get more and more information and even just leaks surrounding this new and upcoming season. But for now, it just sounds really weird in my opinion, and I'm just not too sure what to make of this entire thing, if I'm being totally honest with you. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I think that's basically going to conclude it for this one. So with all of this being said, I do, of course, turn it over to you all now, so feel free to leave any of your own thoughts on this down below in the comments. With this being said, though, before you guys do all head out, please do feel free to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, subscribe to the channel for more, and hit that notification bell so that you can be the first to watch my new content whenever I do first release it. And with all of this being said, I will see you all very soon for my next one. Goodbye, everybody.